Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bee's Kitchen. Hoping you're all doing well. Today I'm going to show you how I made these barbecue rack of ribs. Now these ribs fall off the bone, and guys, they are so good. So stay with me and let's get started. I have 2 rack of ribs and I purchased these ribs from my local butchers. Now these ribs are pork ribs. So if you don't eat pork and you wish to use beef ribs instead, you can use it for this recipe and it will work great. Also, these ribs, I did ask my butchers to remove the membrane which is at the back of the rib. Now the membrane is a piece of tissue, it's a piece of meat tissue which looks like plastic and it's at the back of your ribs, and I did ask the butcher to remove this. However, if yours doesn't, you can bring it home and remove it yourself. It's quite easy to do so. I have also cleaned the ribs using lemon and water, and I have patted the ribs down using kitchen towel to remove any excess water before I add my seasonings. Now before I add my seasonings, I'm going to firstly cover these ribs using mustard, and the reason why I'm using mustard is because the mustard is going to act as a sealant on top of my seasonings. So the mustard will help the seasonings to force its way down into the pores of the ribs. We want these ribs to be really tasty. Also, I'm using English mustard, but of course you can use any mustard of your choice, and I only use 2 tablespoons, and I'm just going to ensure that both sides of these ribs are nicely coated in the mustard. Also guys, another reason why you should be covering your ribs using mustard is because mustard contains vinegar, and the vinegar will help tenderize these ribs, especially once it goes in the oven and is slow cooking. We want these ribs to fall right off the bone, and the mustard is going to help with that. And as you can see, the ribs are nicely covered in the mustard. What I'm going to do now is add my dry seasonings. And also guys, I'm doing this on a baking tray because I don't have a long plate that I can season my ribs on. So what I'm going to do now is add generous amount of seasoning on my ribs. Now the reason why you want to add generous amounts is because you want your ribs to be flavorful. You want the ribs to come out smoky. It has that spicy barbecue flavor. That's exactly what you're going to achieve if you add generous amounts of seasoning. Also, feel free to season the ribs using your preferred seasonings of choice. Now, once you have added your seasonings on one side of the rib, ensure that you're pressing down on the seasonings. Don't rub the seasonings in. The reason why you press down instead of rubbing is because by pressing down the seasoning into the meat, it evens out the flavor across the ribs and also locks in the seasonings into the ribs. Now I'm going to just flip the rib over and I'm going to repeat the seasonings, but I'm not flipping over on the other side of my tray because I don't want the side where I have seasoned to now be covered in mustard. So I'm just going to repeat the seasonings, and once I have added all the seasonings, I'm going to use the same technique just by pressing down the seasonings in. I have finished seasoning the ribs. What I'm going to do now is place it on my baking tray, which has a wire rack, and I'm using a wire rack for this because once the ribs goes into the oven, it will help any fat to render off easily. Now I'm just placing the ribs in a preheated oven at 200 degrees, and I'm just going to allow the ribs to cook for 1 hour at 200 degrees. An hour later, I have taken the ribs out of the oven, and as you can see, they look so good. The seasonings have stuck very well on these ribs. Now I'm going to cover the ribs in foil, so I have layered 2 foil on my kitchen counter, and now I'm just adding brown sugar in the middle of my foil. And next I'm going to place the ribs bone side up. Now the brown sugar is just going to add another flavor to these ribs. I'm now going to wrap the foil around the rib like a parcel, and I'm also going to add liquid to help steam the ribs. Now steaming the ribs in the foil will also contribute to tenderizing the ribs and also ensuring that the meat falls right off the bone. The liquid I have decided to use is apple juice. You could also use other liquids such as beer, chicken stock, or even pineapple juice, but I have decided to use apple juice. I'm just pouring the apple juice in my foil, and now I'm just going to cover and tightly wrap the rib to ensure that no juice leaks out whilst it's in the oven. I'm now just going to repeat the process with the second rib. I have completely wrapped both ribs and I've placed it back in the oven, and I'm going to allow the ribs to cook at 200 degrees for 2 hours. 10 minutes until the ribs comes out of the oven. I'm going to heat up barbecue sauce, and you can use any barbecue sauce of your choice. I will also add a little bit of butter and allow the barbecue sauce and the butter to melt on low heat until it just bubbles away. And this is what I'm going to use to glaze the ribs once it is out of the oven. 2 hours later, I have taken the ribs out of the oven, and guys, just look at this. I can tell that these ribs are nice and tender because the meat has pulled away from the bone, and also the apple juice which I added into these ribs, the ribs have absorbed the apple juice, and I couldn't even hold it. It was so hot, but I just wanted to show you guys that the ribs have absorbed the apple juice which I used in steaming the ribs. I have removed the foil, and now I am going to coat these ribs in the barbecue sauce. I'm just going to ensure that the ribs are fully coated in the barbecue sauce, and I'll place this back in the oven. I will coat the ribs in barbecue sauce on both sides. I'm just going to flip my rib around, and as I was doing this, the meat is so tender that it was falling off the bone. This is a good sign. This indicates that this barbecue rack of rib is so tender, and guys, I just cannot wait. So I'm just going to ensure that this side is also coated in a barbecue sauce. Once I have fully covered the ribs in the barbecue sauce, I placed it back in the oven just for 10 minutes. And guys, the barbecue rack of ribs is ready. As you can see, it looks so delicious. And guys, I cannot wait to enjoy this. I'm going to have it with some oven chips and some salad. And I'm saving myself some money by not going to TGI Fridays this Friday to enjoy some of the barbecue ribs. I made it at home. It's succulent, it's juicy, it falls right off the bone, and it's right up my street. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like this video, share this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel if you have not already done so, and click that notification bell which will notify you whenever I post delicious recipes like this. Enjoy your barbecue ribs, and I'll see you next time. Bye.